Hi everyone, it's Alice and I'm here today with my March TBR. It's quite an ambitious one this month, so I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get to them all, but we're going to do what we can. We've been reading over 20 books each month this year so far, and even though I'm back at work, I'm still having 4 days off a week, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to squeeze enough reading into those days that we'll be able to get this done. So let me show you which books we're planning on reading this month. First up, I'd like to read Indigo Donut by Patrice Lawrence. That's because I try and read the YA Book Prize shortlist every single year, and from 2018 I missed After the Fire, which I read in January, and Indigo Donut, which I want to read this month, so I've got that one ticked off. The shortlist has actually been released for the 2020 Book Prize on the 11th of March, so there is a good chance that I could need to completely rejig this TBR so that I can fit the shortlist books in, but if not, they'll all be coming in April, and I'm probably going to be filming a reaction video, so you'll get to see my thoughts on the YA Book Prize shortlist as soon as it's released. I literally know nothing about this book. I just know that it's by the same author who wrote Orange Boy, and I wasn't a huge fan of that, but I've got it, so I'll give it a go. The next book that I'm hoping to read in March is The Codes of Love by Hannah Persaud. I'm actually working with the publisher, so I'm going to be doing a blog tour post for this one towards the end of the month. So this is the only one in this entire set that I actually have to read in March. It sounds like it's a kind of domestic thriller-esque literary fiction title. It's about a couple who have an open relationship, and it sounds as though someone comes along and it kind of shakes the boundaries of everything they really know and believe in about each other. I'm not sure if that's completely right. That's what I'm kind of getting from the blurb, so I'm hoping that I'll enjoy this one. And isn't it just such a gorgeous cover? Like, how could I say no to working on a book like this? The next book that we're hoping to read in March is The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. So my partner and I love watching Elliot Brooks' channel, and her husband, they read this last month, and they both had really, really great things to say about it. It's been sat on our TBR for the longest time, and we read the first chapter to see how we're feeling, and we really liked it. Didn't get a chance to get to it in February, but this is definitely a priority for March. I'm planning on finishing The Raven Cycle this month, so that's Blue Lily Lily Blue and The Raven King. I read Dream Thieves in February, and absolutely blown away by it. Like, I didn't think I'd be giving any of these 5 stars, but that one straight away. Just absolutely loved every second, and I'm so invested in these characters now that I can't wait to see what they get up to. And I think the story is interesting, but the characters are the thing that really makes it compelling. And like, I'll be sharing my thoughts about it when I finish the series. I just can't wait. Another series that we're hoping to catch up with in March is the Red Rising series. So we're hoping to do not only Iron Gold, but Dark Age as well. And you can see that these are chunky boys. So I do not know whether we're going to get these done. I've got a feeling we're going to try and read these first, and they're just going to take up the whole month, and everything else is just going to go out the window. But I want to know what's going on with Darrow. And I read, as you can see, like the first 50 pages of this just before it came out. And then I just got too frightened because I didn't want anyone to die. And now my partner's like, we have to find out what's going on. So I'm going to read them, and if they ruin the original trilogy for me, then I'm just going to be sad forever. But like, there is a lot going on in these because they're ginormous, so I've got to like at least some of it, and based off of how much I've loved Pierce Brown's other books and like the entire first trilogy, 5 stars every single time I read them, so I'm hoping that these will join the ranks of awesomeness. Scared though. So as a little bonus round, if we've got time at the end of the month, we're also going to try and finish the Summoner trilogy with The Battle Mage by Taran Matharu, and start the Lord of the Rings series with The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. Now, we aimed to read at least one book from each of these series in February, and we read the first 2 books in the Summoner trilogy, which is The Novice and the Inquisition, and we read The Hobbit, but we didn't end up carrying on with the actual trilogy. But yeah, so we're going to try and do these like a bonus round. If we don't get to these in March, then these will just go on the April TBR, because these are ones that we're going to read over the next few months no matter what. It just depends on when. And now the moment I've been waiting for. I have a TBR bucket now because my jar wasn't big enough, which was embarrassing. I tried to put them all in together and was like, I have literally no idea what I can do with a jar that small, so I now have a Halloween bucket instead. So let's pick 5 books out of here again. Will it be a trick or a treat? That is... They're probably all going to be tricks because last month's picks were god awful. The only good one was The Smoke Thieves, which I've just realised I forgot to mention. We're going to try and read The Demon World as well by Sally Green. First book in the Smoke Thieves series was slow moving, but it was promising, so we're going to read the second book either this month or next month again, see how it goes. But now we're going to see if I actually get some books that are more than 3 stars out of this bucket, because last month's choices just made me sad. I'm a bit frightened. Okay, I try not to look because some of them are like unfolded. Right, so first up we've got The Morning Gift. I think this is by Eva Ibbotson, but I will look that up in a second. We've got Breaking the Law. Thanks, TBR Jar. I tried, I got halfway through this last year and it was so bad that I couldn't carry on reading it, and I hardly ever put books down. It wasn't like bad, it was just a bit cheesy. I think this was by Andy Redsmith, but I was in the blog tour for this one and I ended up just doing a preview post because I was like, yeah, we're not going to get a review out of that one, but now I've got to finish it. That's going to end well. I think it was Andy Redsmith, can't remember what the name was. Sounds right. I know. Next up, we've got Call It What You Want. This is by Bridget Kemmerer. This came out last year. Excited about this one, not only because it's the name of a Taylor Swift song and I'm hoping it's going to have some Swiftie vibes, but because I've heard so much good about Bridget Kemmerer and I haven't had a chance to read any of her books. So hopefully I will love this as much as everybody tells me I will love Bridget Kemmerer. So it's going well. It's going well. We've got some good picks. Ooh, we've got Furiously Happy. Now, this is a non-fiction title. I can't really remember anything about it apart from the fact that it's got like this crazy ass raccoon on the cover, and it's so cool. One of my friends that I used to work with, because I used to work in a library, one of my friends read it way back when I was still working there, and I was like, oh, I've got that on my NetGalley. I'll get to that next month. That was a lie. That was like 3 years ago. So I'll get to it now. And the last book is Whistle in the Dark. So I don't recognise this one, but we'll find out. The Morning Gift is by Eva Ibbotson, so I was right about that. So this was originally published in 2007 in German, and it got re-released. Got to try and find some kind of UK blurb for it. Oh, it's not children's fiction. Ooh, most of the ones that Eva Ibbotson does are children's fiction, so that sounds very interesting. It's about a 20-year-old who should have escaped Vienna before the Nazis marched into the city, yet the plan went wrong, so she's stuck. That'll be an interesting read. Oh, okay, I totally do know something about Whistle in the Dark because I didn't realise I had this on NetGalley. It's by Emma Healy. We literally have it on our to-be-read pile, so might end up reading a physical copy of this one. This is another... It's a psychologically complex tale. I know it's by the author who did Elizabeth is Missing. Haven't read that one yet, but that sounds really good. So Whistle in the Dark, probably going to be right up my alley because I'm always interested in the psychological stuff. And the one that I really did know nothing about was Furiously Happy. That's by Jenny Lawson. It's called A Funny Book About Horrible Things. Oh, she examines her own experience with severe depression and a host of other conditions. So that's going to be really interesting. It's always good to get a bit of non-fiction in, and that's something that's completely different to anything else on the list. So that should be nice and easy to get to. So that's actually looking like a really promising TBR this month. I mean, I don't know whether I'm going to get to it all because Dark Age by itself is like 700 pages and that is far too much.
It's a chunky boy.
But it's a chunky boy. We will see what we can do, and I hope you'll catch up with me in my March wrap-up to see how I do. Thank you for watching. As always, if you want to like, if you want to subscribe, if you want to leave some comments, and I'll get to you. Have a great day. Bye!